Hello everybody and welcome to this week's Markets to Watch from Smack the Markets for week commencing the 10th of August. So going into the beginning of this week, what have we got to deal with? Well, I suppose the situation with China, the tensions there have just sort of escalated in Hong Kong yet again over the weekend. We've got virus numbers that have been increasing as well, so nothing really sort of new on the horizon there. But the latest round of US stimulus seems to now have come into question, with the talks between the Republicans and Democrats seemingly sort of broken down. Now that led to Mr. Trump putting in a number of executive orders over the weekend, but those executive orders are now coming into question. So how the markets are going to digest that is going to be quite interesting. If we take a look at some of the markets here that we're keeping an eye on and some of the potential opportunities that we're looking at. If we come to the Dow first of all, and if we just take a look at this on the bigger picture, we can see that the Dow has had a very good run lately. Last week managing to run up to the 27,400 level, but you can see that this is a previous area of support and resistance structure on these higher time frames. After a good run like this as well, we might expect at least maybe a pause or some kind of sort of pullback, so just bear in mind that that could happen. The thing that's really driving these markets at the moment is news flow, of course, so that's all going to be depending. The next move on this is all going to be dependent on that news flow. So taking a look at the daily time frame here, you can see this 27,400. We can see our pink level through here. So even some sort of retracement back into sort of 27,000 would be quite sort of reasonable on these higher time frames. But again, if we come down to the lower time frames and take a look at this on the 4-hour chart, you can see that we've got quite a good trend structure here, a little bit extended at the moment. Even some sort of retracement back into the moving averages brings it back a few hundred pips. So very much intraday opportunities on this for us. We're focusing more on the long side, but also looking for those replacements and those retracements and those turning points. If we come to precious metals, that they've been having a very good run lately. One thing to keep an eye on, if we take a look at gold and silver, which is looking extremely similar here, is that they did have a retracement last week as we had the burst of risk on sentiment hitting the markets, and that enabled equity indexes to rally. So at the same time, these metal markets did hit again massive highs. So the gold market here, spot gold getting through the 2000 level, so some sort of retracement, and you can see even here we having a reasonable retracement on these markets. But the first step here is coming back into the 4 and the 8-hour time frames here, and you can see this sort of consolidation since the market sort of pulled in. So traders are going to be keeping an eye on this to see if we can get a break above the highs of this sort of consolidation, and they'll be looking for more long opportunities. Silver is looking extremely similar to the structure here of gold. If we have a look now at the currency markets, now one that we're quite liking the look of here is Kiwi Swiss. The Kiwi Swiss is just on the cusp of some of these rather interesting inflection points that come across all time frames. If we take a look at this on the monthly chart, you can see that we're in a nice solid short trend here on the monthly. The market's just rejected off this sort of 62 level, and now we're just getting a break. Early this week we're getting a break of the last week's low of the bearish rejection candle. Now on these time frames, even a continuation of the trend down to this sort of structure level, where you can see the market sort of found support around 57.5, is a huge move. So if you come down the time frames, doesn't matter which one we look at, we've got short trends already formed here. Got a bit of a bounce where we are at the moment, so I'd expect that, but some sort of break below these lows, we could be starting to look for a continuation of those moves. Even if we take a look at the daily, there is a bit of support and resistance structure around there at 59,700. There's still plenty of distance to the short side for intraday plays. So there's a few markets there that we're keeping a close eye on in the trading room going into the beginning of this week. I certainly hope it helps, and look forward to speaking to you next time. Bye for now.